So, happy Valentine's Day or Single Awareness Day, depending on your particular circumstances. But I'm going to try to do, I say it in every video, I'm going to try to keep this short, and then I don't try to keep it short. So, whatever. No regrets. I just want to say, so there's a huge, conflict, conversation, cultural, whatever, of the idea that Valentine's Day is just a corporate holiday, and so it doesn't merit its own celebration or whatever. Like, you don't close the post office for it. You don't close the banks. It's not a federal holiday, I guess. You have to go to work still. Today's Thursday, and I'm going to work like everyone else. But I would say that if that's your excuse to not celebrate it, then something's wrong with your relationship. There's something sick there. Because for me personally, maybe you can relate to this, maybe you can't, but Valentine's Day is not another opportunity, is not just, oh, I gotta go do this thing, I gotta go buy flowers, I gotta do whatever. It's not that. It's not a begrudgment. It's that because I love my wife, I want to celebrate her, and this is just another opportunity for me to celebrate my wife. And I do nonsensical or unprompted things throughout the year. Your birthday, anniversary, Christmas, all that. Like, we do things that most people, like, we celebrate at the same time as everyone else, but we also celebrate at different times when it's not the same time as anyone else. But the thing is, one of the things about the Old Testament is it has the prescribed feasts where you're specifically like, no, you're going to take this time and you are going to celebrate. You're going to remember the faithfulness from past generations so that you can look forward and expect further faithfulness in the future. That's the purpose of the Passover. That's the purpose of the Feast of Purim. That's all those things, that's that you look backwards to see where the faithfulness has been so that you can then look forward to see where the faithfulness will be in the future. And that's what we have now modernly. It might not be prescribed by God. Like, obviously there's no verse you can point to regarding celebrating Valentine's Day. There's no prescribed feast for it, for instance. But you know what? If you're a husband and you're like, I don't do things for my wife on Valentine's Day because it's a corporate holiday, there's something wrong with you. There's something wrong in your heart, because you don't have a problem with celebrating the Super Bowl just a couple weeks ago because it was a corporate cash grab. Because that's what the Super Bowl is. And yet you watched the commercials, you watched the game, and were utterly disappointed with the outcome, just like everyone else that doesn't live in Boston or California. So don't come at me with this idea of that because it's corporate or it's monetized or because it's whatever, that it's greed motivated, whatever your ridiculous rhetoric is. That's not an excuse to not be involved. For instance, so that's just my thing. Maybe you can disagree with it. Fine. I don't care, per se. I'm still going to get my wife a giant bag of gummy bears because she's not a fan of chocolate. I'm still going to get her things that we can go and we can enjoy together, and places that we can go, and exotic place, whatever. Like, we're going to do those things, and we're not going to feel guilty because of your stupid self-righteous condescension. Furthermore, I will shame you in public as a result. Like, if I see that you didn't do anything for your wife, your daughter, your girlfriend, your fiancé for Valentine's Day, I will openly shame you in front of everyone. I will want to make your wife jealous over the way that I'm going to love and care for and cherish my wife today. And if that makes you bitter, maybe that discomfort will motivate you so that you will begin to love your wife in a way that will be representative better of the covenant that she has agreed to. So if you disagree with that, okay. I mean, I don't know. Tell me about it. If you have a specific story maybe to share, like that could be cool. I'm for stories. Feel free to leave them, but I don't know. Good luck. So, yeah, happy Valentine's Day. Happy Single Awareness Day. And for all the singles out there that are frustrated with that you are single and that no one cares about you, that like something that Chi Alpha used to do when I was younger. I don't know if that's still a thing or if that's a thing they do anymore, but something they used to do is that they would have an event called Enchanted where everyone, all of the men were expected to dress well, suit and tie, and they would take all the women from the group, what would you say, that it was not romantic, but they would all be expected to dress well. Women would put on nice dresses and the whole thing, and they would get together and they would do this really elaborate dinner for all of their group. That it didn't matter if you were single or if you were with someone or whatever. Everyone just kind of went Dutch, essentially. You bought tickets, you went in there, you used it a little bit as a fundraiser and whatever. It was called Enchanted, I believe. But the point was that we were celebrating each other just for the simple fact of that you are created in the image of God and that you're worthy of being celebrated. And that doesn't have anything to do with you being in a relationship or not. So I would encourage maybe, youth groups or college ministries or anything like that to maybe try to examine that idea as a possibility of that we're going to have this dinner and that everyone's going to come and that it's purely platonic and that everyone's going to, like, they would take turns serving, like the women would serve and then the men would serve or vice versa, so that everyone has the opportunity to be both the servant and the one that is waited on. It was really cool. So maybe that's something that you can to try and reinforce the idea of that your individual value is not based on your relationship status, but you are intrinsically valuable because you're a human being, and that everyone deserves an opportunity occasionally to celebrate, to get dressed up, to do things that are uncommon. So, I don't know. Like I said, if you've got stories, I'd love to hear them. Otherwise, if you've got feedback or whatever, leave it down there. And because you know how Facebook or YouTube works by now, so do the thing. Peace.